Great, so that's one way of starting a report. You can start from the data that you have inside of Power BI. Now, what happens if we want to add data, create data, connect to a warehouse or a database? Well, what we're going to want to do is get data, right? You'll notice here that there are a lot of different options for us. Let's check out just how many. So here we can see that we have a lot of different file options, databases, online services, Azure. One really neat thing about Power BI is you can also connect to a live SharePoint Excel file, which makes it a very easy place to input data. But we really do have quite a few options. So in this case, we're going to want to select text or CSV. All right, so now we're going to go search for our CSV file. In my case, I have it saved in Documents. And Power BI is going to render a version of my file that it pulls in for quick viewing. All right, so here we are. It looks good. I can go ahead and load it. All right, so now we can see on the right here in our Data View tab that my pets CSV is loaded in. Now remember, my pets CSV currently is a file living on my desktop. So let's remember that in just a moment when we publish this report. Real quick, I'm going to create a relationship between these two tables by coming down to my model view. And in this case, I want to relate employee name from the pets table over to name on my data. What I can do is click and drag, pull over to my name here, and it will create a relationship. We'll notice that we have a one-to-one relationship in this case, but it is very important to create relationships in your tables whenever you are bringing in your data model. Jumping back over to create a visual, let's create a visual. So I might want to create a visual that has the average age of pet. So first I'm going to create a measure, and that measure is going to take the average of age. So average age equals average, and then I'm going to select age. Now notice that when I went to go select a table, I had all my options here for both tables and columns. And as I start to type, the autofill happens. And so I'm going to have this measure. One more thing to notice, that when I created the measure, it created it on the My Data home table. I actually want to move that over to pets. This measure relates to my pets data set. Great. So now I can show the average age. If I double click on that, it'll just bring it in automatically. And I can split that up by, let's come over here actually and say type of pet. So in this case, we're going to have the average age for each kind of pet. And of course, the only thing that this is really relevant for is the pets that have more than one. So let's see which pet that is. Let's see, type of pet, and we'll do it by count. Okay, so cats, we had 2 cats. And so in this case, the average cat age is the only one that matters. Besides, all of these others are just going to return the age of that particular pet. But the average cat age was 4, and there were 2 cats. And so the average between them was 4. This is just a simple example to bring us through pulling in data and displaying visuals. And next, we're going to publish this data set, so stay tuned.